Hi there, Sagittarius. Thanks so much for tuning in. I'm Astrogirl, and we're looking at February 15 through 21. And this week, good news for you in your third house of communication and chit chat, siblings, neighbors. Mercury and Venus and the Sun get together only up until Friday before the Sun moves into Pisces. But you'll have Venus and Mercury in your chit chat zone for some time for the next 3 weeks. And it's a really good chance for you to verbally say and express whatever it is that's on your mind and be open to some constructive criticism right back at you. And it could be from your partner, from someone you're dating. It could be from your sibling, a neighbor. It's amazing how sometimes you get really good advice from strangers as well. You'll be sitting waiting for your car to be washed, or I live in Los Angeles, so that is something that you do. And, you'll be talking to the person next to you and they'll say something that really resonates with you. Or, you'll be waiting for something online, waiting to get out of line for something and pay for something and start talking to someone. And once again, great advice without you asking for it. Now, normally you're the advice giver, so sometimes you're a bit shell shocked at the influx of advice coming your way. But be grateful. I always think it's like an angel sometimes when people say something. You're like, yeah, that's a really good idea, or I hadn't thought of that, or wow. Even if it's a psycho person at the laundromat or the car wash that's actually asking you for money or a cigarette, but in the meantime has some really good advice for you. So, don't be surprised if you dish it out and hear about it as well, with people coming to you with all sorts of problems and dilemmas and you being able to help solve them. It's also a great time for taking a short trip somewhere. If you haven't seen a sibling or a cousin in a while and you miss them and you realize, you wake up and you're like, I need to go see so and so, this is a really good time for a road trip. Mercury and Venus are both in that third house of short trips and communication. So if you want to find yourself a cheap flight and head off somewhere and go visit somebody that you know needs you and vice versa, this is the time to do it, Sagittarians. So the Sun moves into Pisces on Friday, your fourth house of home and family. Pisces, of course, is a very soft-spoken, sensitive sign. And in your fourth house, it could be time for you to deal with some things, but in a very soft way, especially if it's with a roommate or someone who's staying with you or your partner and their filthy, dirty socks everywhere, or, their lack of cleanliness in some area, and just work through it and sort it out and talk it out and with a big smile on your face. Thanks so much for tuning in, and I'll speak to you again next week.